Good morning, students. This is my sixth lecture on continuity differentiability. Today, we shall learn some miscellaneous points which are needed in doing objective questions. Here, first we discuss some types of discontinuity. We divide discontinuity in two types: removable discontinuity, also known as discontinuity of first kind, non-removable or essential discontinuity, or discontinuity of second kind. First we define removable discontinuity. Limit of fx at a point x equal to a exists finitely. We know continuity of a function at a point x equal to a, limiting value equal to functional value at a, and both are unique definite real number. Here, limit of fx at x equal to a exists finitely, but either fa, value of function at point a, undefined, or not equal to fa. Here fa is, we have two options here, either fa undefined or fa is defined and a finite number but not equal to limiting value. So removable discontinuity, in case of removable discontinuity, limiting value exists finitely but either fa undefined or not equal to fa, where fa is finite. We further divide removable discontinuity into subcategories: missing point discontinuity and isolated point discontinuity. Here we have two options: fa undefined or limiting value not equal to fa, where fa is a finite number. Here, limit of fx x tends to a exists finitely, but fa is undefined. In such case, removable discontinuity is again called missing point discontinuity. For example, fx equal to x square minus 9 upon x minus 3, where x not equal to 3. Where x not equal to 3, cancelling out x minus 3 factor numerator and denominator, we have y equal fx equal x plus 3. We draw the graph of this line y equal fx equal x plus 3. This line represent y equal to x square minus 9 upon x minus 3, that is x plus 3, where x not equal to 3. Corresponding to x equal to 3, we have a gap or hole on this line. This type of discontinuity is called missing point discontinuity. Second, isolated point discontinuity. If limiting value at x equal to a finite, limiting value exists finitely but not equal to functional value which is also finite number. This is called isolated point discontinuity. We take same example here. Fx equal to x square minus 9 upon x minus 3 when x not equal to 3, and at x equal to 3, fx equal to 8. Here function is not defined at x equal to 3, but here function is defined at x equal to 3, fx equal to 8. We draw the graph in the same manner in previous example. This line represent y equal to x plus 3, x not equal to 3. Corresponding to x equal to 3, there is a gap on the graph of the line. But at x equal to 3, value of function is 8 here. We approaches to x from left or from right. We have value of y equal to 3 plus 3, 6. That is, when x approaches to 3 from either side, fx approaches to point 6. Here limiting value at x equal to 3 is 6, but functional value is equal to 8. So limiting value at x equal to exists finitely. In this example, this is 6 and this is equal to 8. So function is isolated point discontinuity. B, these two in combined form known as removable form of discontinuity. If we redefine function, as x equal to 3, fx equal to 6, then limiting value and functional value becomes continuous at x equal to 3. So we name here removable discontinuity. Second, non-removable discontinuity or essential discontinuity. In such case, limiting value does not exist. Left hand limit and right hand limit at x equal to a does not exist. Here we have two cases. If left hand limit, right hand limit both are finite but not equal, or either of the two, LHL or RHL or both, becomes infinite. First, finite or jump discontinuity. First category, finite type discontinuity or jump discontinuity. Here, limit of fx at x equal to a finite, limit of fx x equal to a from right again finite, but both are unequal. Both are finite but unequal. Here, discontinuity is called finite discontinuity or jump discontinuity. Finite discontinuity or jump discontinuity. We consider an example in support of this case, fx equal to mod sin x by x when x not equal to 0. When x tends to 0 from left, that is x less than 0, sin x negative. So fx tends to minus sin x by x and x tends to 0, so limiting value equal to minus 1. When x tends to 0 from right, that is x slightly greater than 0, sin x is positive, so fx tends to plus 1. Here left hand limit is minus 1 and right hand limit is plus 1. Both LHL and RHL are finite but unequal. So discontinuity is jump discontinuity. This is a discontinuity of finite type. Here we find jump of the function left hand limit minus right hand limit modulus, or right hand limit minus left hand limit modulus equal to 2. So a question arises here. In case of jump discontinuity, limiting value exists or not. So here jump discontinuity comes under non-removable discontinuity, and in a non-removable discontinuity necessarily limiting value does not exist, limit does not exist. Next, infinite discontinuity, we also call it asymptotic discontinuity. If LHL left hand limit or right hand limit, one or both infinity or minus infinity, in this case we call discontinuity infinite discontinuity. As for example, fx equal to 1 upon mod x. Graph of 1 upon mod x, this curve and this curve, first quadrant and second quadrant, x tends to 0 from left, fx 1 upon mod x tends to plus infinity, x tends to 0 from right, 1 upon mod x tends to again plus infinity. Here left hand limit tends to plus infinity, right hand limit tends to plus infinity. So both or one tends to infinity. So in such case discontinuity is infinite type discontinuity. Here second example, fx equal to 1 by x when x tends to 0. Here graph of 1 by x, reciprocal function, this branch and this branch symmetric in opposite quadrant, first and third quadrant, x tends to 0 from left, fx tends to minus infinity, and x tends to 0 from right, 1 by x, that is fx tends to plus infinity. Here both are infinite, so in such case at 0 discontinuity is called infinite discontinuity. Third subtype of non-removable discontinuity is oscillatory discontinuity. Limit of fx extends to a does not exist, but oscillate between two finite number is called oscillatory discontinuity. As for example, fx equal to sine 1 by x. X tends to 0 from either side, from left or from right. Fx equal to sine 1 by x oscillates between two finite number minus 1 and plus 1. Two finite number minus 1 and plus 1. Similarly, gx equal to cos 1 by x, x tends to 0 from either side. Cos 1 by x tends to two finite number minus 1 to plus 1. In such case, discontinuity is called oscillating discontinuity. We cannot define function again to make continuous in case of non-removable discontinuity, essential discontinuity. But if discontinuity is removable, then we define function suitably so that limiting value equal to function value and make function continuous. Next, algebraic operation on continuous function and related properties. These properties are directly used in problems. If f and g are two continuous functions, then their sum or difference f plus minus g, lambda f plus minus mu g, where mu and lambda are any real number, like 2f plus 3g, 4x minus 7g, etc. Lambda f is continuous, then 2f, 3f, 4f, f into g, f by g, provided denominator not equal to 0, points where denominator not equal to 0 are continuous. So, sum or if two functions are continuous, then their addition, subtraction, multiplication, division are also continuous. But if any one of f and g be continuous, if any one of f and g be continuous, then necessarily their sum or difference will be continuous. No need to check their continuity. If any one is discontinuous, then their sum or difference necessarily discontinuous, but their multiplication and division may or may not discontinuous. We should check for that. If any one of f and g are discontinuous, and we have to check their continuity, then we check analytically or graphically or any method. If both f and g are discontinuous, then their addition, subtraction, multiplication, division may or may not discontinuous. In all these cases, we have to check their continuity. Next, polynomial function, exponential function, constant function, fx equal to k, sine function, cosine function, everywhere continuous. Everywhere continuous means continuous in whole real number system, R, minus infinity to plus infinity. But some functions are continuous in their domain, like logarithmic function, tan function, cot function, cosec function, sec function. All the 6 inverse trigonometrical functions, sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse, cot inverse, sec inverse, cosec inverse, all these are continuous in its domain, continuous in their domain. Next is point function. Point function means there is only one element in its domain and only one element in range. Domain and range both are singleton set. As for example, fx equal to under root 3 minus x plus under root x minus 3. For domain 3 minus x greater than equal to 0, this will give x less than equal to 3, x minus 3 greater than equal to 0. This will give x greater than equal to 3. Combining these two, we have x equal to 3. Only one point in domain. Here domain of function containing only 1.3, a range of function will be put here x equal to 3. In such case, this becomes 0 and this becomes 0, and only one containing 0. Point function is always discontinuous function. Some miscellaneous point. Fractional part of function fx or integral part of function fx. Some question be observe fractional part of any expression of x, integral part of any expression of x. In such case, continuity should check at point where function b becomes integer, where fx becomes integer, the values of x where we test continuity. If signum of any expression, continuity of signum fx should be checked at point fx equal to 0. Now, continuity of composition of function f and g at a point x equal to a, their common domain. We know composition of two functions f and g may be denoted by f operation g briefly fog, g operation f briefly go. Continuity of composition of f and g. Up we know this is the first function and this is the second function. Continuity of this composition f operation g. First, we check continuity of g at x equal to a, continuity of g, inner function, continuity of g at x equal to a, and continuity of f at g. If we check continuity of g at x equal to a means limiting value at a and functional value at a, that is g. So continuity composition of two function f and g denoted by fog is continuous at x equal to a if g is continuous at a and f is continuous at g. Similarly, composition of g and f, here this is the first function, here second function. The composition of g and f go at x equal to a, we first check continuity of f at x equal to a and continuity of g at x equal to fa. Then this composition function is continuous at x equal to a. We take here an example. Check continuity of fx. Modulus of sin x minus cos x at x equal to pi. We solve this question by removing modulus sin x minus cos x equal to 0. This will give values of x, and we redefine this function without modulus and then check continuity at change point. Here we use composition of function. We consider fx minus gx, fx as sin x minus cos x. We consider sin x minus cos x expression by function gx and denoting outer function mod by hx. Here gx equal to sin x minus cos x and hx equal to mod x. Outer function is h, inner function is g. Composition of h and gx equal to, we know HOGX equal to h of gx. Here we put gx equal to sin x minus cos x. ht means mod t, so mod of sin x minus cos x, or this is our fx. Now we check continuity of fx at x equal to pi means continuity of HOG at x equal to pi. For this we first check continuity of g at x equal to pi and then continuity of h at g pi. Here gx equal to sin x minus cos x, g pi equal to 1. So limiting value of gx at x equal to pi from left, we put x equal to pi minus h, this will give result 1. limit of gx extends to pi plus right hand limit at pi. We put here x equal to pi plus h. This will give result 1. Clearly limiting value or functional value are same, so g is continuous at x equal to pi. We show here directly continuity of gx. Here sin x and cos x both are continuous function everywhere. Sin x is continuous in whole R and cos x is continuous in whole R, or we know that sum or difference of two continuous function is always continuous. So we write directly here g is continuous everywhere, so continuous at pi. Again, hx equal to mod x, and we have to check its continuity at g pi, that is 1, that is x equal to 1. So h1 equal to mod 1 1, limit of hx extends to 1 minus, again 1, limit of hx extends to 1 plus, we put here x equal to 1 plus h extends to 0, this will give result to 1. H is continuous at x equal to 1, that is g equal to pi. So g is continuous at pi and h is continuous at g pi. So composition function HOG is continuous at x equal to pi. Next question, in same nature, fx equal to modulus of 1 minus x plus mod x is continuous everywhere, show it. Here we consider gx equal to 1 minus x plus mod x, hx equal to outer function mod x. So HOGX, h of gx equal 1 minus x plus mod x, h of t mod t means mod of 1 minus x plus mod x, and this is our function fx. Here we have to check, so this function is continuous everywhere. Here gx is 1 minus x plus mod x. Here 1 minus x is a polynomial function everywhere continuous, and this is modulus function everywhere continuous, or sum of two continuous function is always continuous. So g is always continuous, everywhere continuous. H is a modulus function. Here hx equal to mod x, h is modulus function, so continuous everywhere, that is in R. H is everywhere continuous, this implies continuous at the point gk, where k is any real number. So h is continuous at gk, where k is any real number. So HOG composition of H and G is continuous at everywhere. Similarly, we take question sine of x square, fx equal to cos of x cube etc. We consider gx equal to x square and hx equal to sin x. X square polynomial function everywhere continuous. In the same manner, we show these two questions considering x square gx, sin x hx, here x cube gx and cos x hx. Here x square x cube polynomial function everywhere, sin x cos x everywhere continuous. So these two are continuous at the point gk, where k is any real number. So composition of H and G continuous. The next question, given fx equal to 1 upon x minus 2, find point of discontinuity of f of fx. Here fx equal to 1 upon x minus 2. Since f is undefined at x equal to 2, so f is discontinuous at x equal to 2. For x not equal to 2, taking if x not equal to 2, we construct here f of fx. F of fx, considering fx as t, f of fx becomes ft, where t equal to fx. ft 1 upon t minus 2. We replace t by fx, that is 1 upon t means fx 1 upon x minus 2 minus 2, x minus 2 upon 1 minus 2x plus 4, x minus 2 upon 5 minus 2x. Clearly this is undefined at the point where denominator is 0, which is undefined at x equal to 5 by 2. So f of fx is discontinuous at x equal to 5 by 2. Finally, f of fx is discontinuous at x equal to 2 and 5 by 2. Next, we take here a question involving functional equation. Here, a function f from R to R, real valued function, satisfies the equation f of x plus y equal to fx plus fy for all xy belongs to R. Here x and y may be any real number. Functional value of sum equal to product of their functional value. Also f of x not equal to 0. Suppose that function fx is differentiable at x equal to 0 and f dash 0 equal to 2. Prove that f dash x equal to 2 into fx. At first, f of b, take here functional value f of x plus y fx into xy for all xy belongs to R. Taking x equal to y equal to 0. So LHS become f of 0 plus 0 f0 and RHS become f0 into f0. Transposing this in RHS and taking out f0 common, f0 minus 1 equal to 0. We have given here fx not equal to 0 for any x, so f0 is not equal to 0. So this factor f of 0 minus 1 equal to 0, this will give f0 equal to 1. Next information is here, f is differentiable at x equal to 0. That is f dash 0 exists. We write formula of f dash 0. F dash 0 limit x tends to 0. F of 0 plus h minus f0 by h. We use functional equation f0 into fh minus f0 by h. Here f0 equal to 1, so limit h tends to 0, fh minus 1 by h. We have given f dash 0 equal to 2, so limit h tends to 0, fh minus 1 by h equal to 2. We use this result in the next step. Now f dash x, first write formula for f dash x, limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx by h, limit h tends to 0, using functional equation fx into fh minus fx by h. Here limit h tends to 0, so h is a variable for this limit and x is constant, so we taking out common fx from limit. This becomes fx into limit h tends to 0, fh minus 1 by h. This factor is equal to f dash 2 and f dash 2 equal to 2. So this becomes 2 into fx. Therefore f dash x equal to 2 into fx. This is the result. We have again a question. Discuss the differentiability of function fx equal to logarithm of mod x, x greater than 0. Generally, we have these 4 cases regarding modulus. If we know any original function fx, we find the graph mod of fx, f of mod x, modulus of mod of f of mod x, mod of y equal to fx, again mod of y equal to mod of y equal to mod of f of mod x. After using this transformation, we can write directly the point of differentiability of function. But here first we solve this analytically. We know the function y equal to fx equal to log x. Here domain of logarithmic function is x and graph of logarithmic function is this curve. This curve crosses x-axis at 1 equal to x equal to 1, that is 0.10. This is the graph of y equal to log x equal to a. Clearly from graph when x lying between 0 to 1, portion of log graph is below x-axis, that is negative, and when x greater than 0, portion is above x-axis, that is y is positive, log x is positive. So first we remove here modulus. We can use analytical formula of differentiability without removing mod, but here we solve this question after removing modulus. When x lying between 0 to 1, log x is negative, and after removing mod we write log x to the base c with negative sign, so this become positive. When x greater than equal to 1, log x is positive, so after removing mod is log x. Here change point is 1. Here domain of function is x greater than 0. Here change point is x equal to 1. We have only the output point, change point x equal to 1. So f of 1 from this definition log 1 0, left hand limit at 1, x less than 1, fx equal to minus log x to the base c. Limit h tends to 0, f of 1 minus h minus f1 by minus h, limit h tends to 0, f of 1 0. So minus log 1 minus h by minus h, keeping minus sign out of the limit sign, limit 1 minus h by minus h. Here we use log 1 plus x upon x, x tends to 0, this is equal to 1. This expression must be less than 1, this expression, and this will equal to 0, give this tendency. So this become 1 and multiplying by minus 1 equal to minus 1. Rf dash 1, right hand derivative at x equal to 1, limit h tends to 0, f1 plus h minus f1 by h, limit h tends to 0, f1 plus h by h. Using this result is equal to 1. Left hand derivative not equal to right hand derivative, not differentiable at x equal to 1. In my 5th video lecture, we solve some question on differentiability by using direct differentiation, but condition was that function must be continuous at that point. Here fx equal to log x to the base c. We know that function is continuous at x equal to 1 from the graph, or logarithmic function is everywhere continuous, and after taking modulus. Here function is continuous at change point, so we use direct differentiation to check differentiability. First we remove sign of equality from change point. So fx equal to minus log x, x0 to 1, and fx equal to log x when x lying between 1 to infinity without mod. Differentiating both the sides, f of f dash x, differentiation of log x, standard result to 1 by x, here minus sign, so minus 1 by x, x0 to 1, and this is 1 by x. Left hand derivative at 1 means limiting value of this when x tends to 1 from left. Obviously x less than 1, f dash x equal to minus 1 by x, so this will give minus 1. Right hand derivative at 1 means limiting value of fx when x tends to 1 from right, this will give equal to 1. So function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. Resume करो तो. This question can be solved by using graph, third method. This is used in generally objective question for direct result. First we no transformation of graph fx to f of mod x. Fx, we have original function fx, and to find modulus of fx, first we retain portion of fx above x-axis, remove a portion of fx below x-axis if any, but take its image in x-axis. First portion of fx above x-axis remains same like original function, and remove portion below x-axis. Next, take image of that portion which is deleted in x-axis. Here y equal to log x. We keep this portion above x-axis unchanged and remove this portion. Finally, we take image of this in x-axis. We rotate about this line. This becomes this line. So this is the graph of log x, modulus of log x. Obviously, there is a corner point at x equal to 1. Function is log of mod x is not smooth at this point, so not differentiable at this point. Or tangent from left this way, this way, this way, actually this line, and tangent from right approaching to this point from this way, take this line. These two are different line, so no unique tangent at this point, and function is non-differentiable at x equal to 1. In the similar way, we can solve this types of question.